Hello, Facebook. Happy Wednesday. I almost said Thursday. So, welcome to the Real Behind the Realtor interview series. If you are tuning in to my face for the first time, I am Jen Fields, a realtor in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, with the Claire Chivington team and Realty One Group Unlimited. So, this is the time that I love to highlight small business owners. And I'm super excited about my guest today, Jillian, who is the owner and trainer at Longevity Lancaster. If you have been following me, you probably realize that fitness is an important part of my life. So, super excited to learn more about her and her studio. So, without further ado, let me bring Jillian on. Hello, Jillian.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well, thank you. I can't complain. The weather today was beautiful.
Oh my
Got some
gosh.
vitamin D. Not that you can
Yes.
tell.
It was so refreshing after being 40 last week. It was so nice to feel the
I
sun today.
know. I know. I'm hoping that Mother Nature is going to, get with the program and just give us a
Hmm.
nice spring moving forward.
Yes.
So, thank you so much for joining me today. I am very excited about our interview. So, for people that don't know you, if you can just give a little bit of background about you and how you ended up in Lancaster County.
Yeah. And thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be doing this with
Of
you.
course.
So my husband and I moved to Lancaster about 4 years ago from Chicago. My husband is actually a teacher, and he got a job teaching up in the Lebanon area. We
Okay.
have a few friends here, so we had come to visit the area, a few times before we moved here, and fell in love. Just absolutely fell in love with the city, with the community, just everything about it. And so, like I said, we moved here 4 years ago, and haven't looked back since. We absolutely love living here.
I love that. I think there is something really for everyone in Lancaster,
Hmm.
even if you're not right within the city. I think, the county itself has so much to offer. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
Glad to have you.
absolutely. Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about how Longevity Lancaster came to be, kind of what your mission is, and just that journey of getting to your opening of your studio.
Yeah, absolutely. So I started training after my own, ever growing relationship with health and fitness. I eventually learned how to use, fitness and taking care of myself to take care of myself mentally as well, to really use it
Yeah.
as a tool to make myself feel better every day. And once I discovered that, I realized that I really wanted to help others discover that as well. Find what strong means to them, find how they can, use their health and fitness as a self-care tool, rather than have it be overwhelming or something they feel like they need to get done.
Right.
And so my goal is always to work with my clients to find a health and fitness routine that works for them, but is also sustainable for their lifelong. And that is where the term longevity came from,
Hmm.
because I want to work with people to build that lifelong relationship with health and fitness, like I said, that works for them, that they enjoy, and really supports their life. And so Longevity Lancaster opened, I guess, 3 weeks ago today.
That's
And
exciting.
yeah, it's very exciting. It's been a journey, but I'm loving it.
I love that. And I think it's so important that I feel like your message is you're really meeting people where they are, and that sustainability. I think, a lot of times, especially this time of year, people are like, okay, summer's coming. I need to get, that summer body. And that just really, not that there's anything wrong with that per se, but again, it's not for the long term. It really is, finding that healthy lifestyle that you can maintain for the long run. So I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely my goal in working with everybody, is to meet them where they are so that they feel like they, can do this and can make this journey and can make it lifelong.
Yeah, I love that. So next is the little more specific, because I know in your logo you have a kettlebell. So this is even pertaining to me because I have been a little frightened, I guess,
Hmm.
to use kettlebells because I'm concerned about really dropping one on my face or just breaking something. So what is some advice that you would give to someone like me who maybe is interested in it but is a little scared to get started?
Yeah. So with kettlebells in particular, it is something that is intimidating, but I think once you feel more comfortable with it and you've been doing it for a while, it's so much fun. So I highly recommend for everybody to give it a try. For someone who's, just starting with kettlebells or just starting with any kind of exercise, my number one thing is just, start where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Really learn the form, whether that's working with me or working with someone else, but really learn that form so that you feel comfortable. With kettlebells in particular, it's just really important to learn the hinge. So like a Romanian deadlift. So learn that and then just slowly build on top of it every day. Because again, this is something that we want to make sure we can do forever. It's not something that we need to rush through and get done right now. So just start where you are. Really learn the form until you feel more comfortable with it. Give it a few days, a few weeks, and then just keep building on it from there.
I love that. I might try it. I did tell you, for those people that aren't privy to this conversation, I said Jillian might actually get me to try kettlebells because my husband has been trying for a while because he does it. And I'm not there yet, but you might convince me because I'm very excited to check out your studio. So explain for people that may not know exactly where you're located, where exactly your studio is in downtown Lancaster.
So we are located on it's technically 301 North Queen Street, but the entrance to the studio is actually on Walnut Street. Kitty corner across the street from like the Jack Williams Tire, there's the Good Life Organics shop. And if you turn onto Walnut Street, there is a stairwell right there, and we are right downstairs.
Yes. And you have your great sign right there on the wall, which I love. So
Thank
it's
you.
right there for you.
Yeah.
Excellent. So since like you said, it's your 3-week anniversary, which congratulations again, that's super exciting. Looking at this first year for your studio, what are some goals that you have?
So definitely to continue to grow the studio, and really I have a lot of ideas about ways that I want to become a bigger part of the community. I think that the health and fitness industry is especially within Lancaster County is growing and ever evolving and really turning to have more of that focus of, that exercise isn't just a tool for weight loss. There's so much more to it, right? There's so much like that mental health aspects and everything like that. So I would love to become, a bigger part of the community to really help as many people as I can and, help people to learn, like I said, like that there's so much more to exercise and there's so much more to about feeling good with taking care of yourself. So to continue to grow, to see if there's no more partnerships that I can make within the city to help more people. Those are my biggest 2 goals for this year.
Okay. I love that. And I think that's so true. I think just from my personal experience, the days that maybe my schedule is crazy and I don't make time to move in some aspect. I mean, I can tell just the way that I react to certain situations. It really does, affect my mental well-being. And I think that's so important that, you do something every day for yourself, whether, it's going for a walk or yoga or, taking one of your classes. I think that's super important. So that's great. I love that.
Yeah.
And that gives me to the question, if someone is looking to come to Longevity Lancaster, what do you suggest is the best way for them to do that? And just kind of talk about some of the classes and things that you offer.
Yeah, so they can come to check out our website, longevitylancaster.com. It kind of details all of the services. So I do a lot of personal training, buddy personal training. A lot of my clients come in with their spouse or with their friend or with their brother or sister, just to have that additional support. It makes it a little bit more fun, I think, for some people. And then they get some some time with just, their spouse or something. I also offer some small group personal training sessions, depending on, finding people who have similar goals and who have like similar fitness levels. That's how I build the small group classes. I also offer, I'm a certified health coach and an ACE nutrition specialist. So I also offer nutrition coaching and health coaching. So one of the things that I realized pretty quickly once I started training that there's so much more that goes into fitness than just the workout, right? So it's also going to be your nutrition, how you're fueling your body, and then your sleep, so much happens to our body when we sleep. And so much of that is, the recovery from our workouts. And then also stress management. Yes,
Right.
we can use exercise as a tool for stress management, but if we're continually stressed outside of exercise, it may not necessarily help us to reach the goals that we're looking for. So I offer a more whole health approach, whole lifestyle health approach for my clients, with not only fitness, but also the nutrition coaching and the health coaching. And also included with that, I do offer remote training too.
Okay.
So I do have some clients who aren't based in Lancaster, and I do the remote training with them. Through an app called True Coach that allows me to help them, check in and program their workouts for them to do on their own. So if anybody wanted to come check it out, I would highly recommend checking out our website. You can see a little bit more about all of these services. And I offer complimentary consultations. So you can just click on the link right through the website, reach out to me, and then we can set up a consultation so that we can see where you're coming from, where you're starting, what your experience is with exercise in the past, and then where you're looking to go and how we can then work together to come up with a plan that is sustainable to help you reach those goals.
I love that. It's the whole package. So That's great. So definitely check it out, people, for that consultation. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you sharing some information about you and your business. So I always like to end my interview with what I call like my fun questions. So just to get a little or learn a little bit more about you and some kind of random things. So my first question is, what is your favorite word?
Okay. So I think I would have to say tiramisu. For a couple of reasons. One, because I love tiramisu. It's definitely something that I try to incorporate into my monthly life, at least.
Yeah.
Right. It's all about balance. And then I just think that the word sounds really fun. It's very light. And then my husband and I are trying to plan a trip to Italy eventually. So
Fun.
I think it just has a lot of good memories with it.
I love that. It is fun to say tiramisu. I love that. What is something that makes you smile?
Okay. So this is a little silly, but so I'll run a city quite a lot, and I'm a big animal lover. So if anybody's ever seen me running and you have a dog with you, you've probably seen me smile at your dog.
Oh,
So I apologize. I'm not trying to be weird, but it's one of my favorite things. I like I said, I'm a big animal lover. So when I'm running and I see a dog, I always say hi to the dog and smile. I apologize if I may not necessarily say hi to the person, but I do say hi and smile at the dog.
it's okay. I love that. That's so cute. Kind of pairing along with that, do you have a sound or a noise that you love?
You know what? There's actually two that popped into my head.
Okay.
So one kind of relating to, being an animal lover. I have three cats, and I have a soft spot for kitten meows.
Oh,
Like whenever, animal videos pop up on Instagram, I love that sound. And then actually, since, being in Longevity Lancaster, one of the things that I knew that I wanted to have for the gym was a water rower.
okay.
It's a great exercise, but when you use the water instead of, like a magnetic or anything like that, you get a little bit more resistance, a little bit more natural. But the sound of the water whooshing as you're rowing is really peaceful.
Nice. I like that. What is one thing that you really enjoy about your job?
Oh, that's hard. I love everything about my job. I really do. I would say that the number one thing it's a really hard feeling to match, is when I'm working with someone who either, has been working on a goal or a certain lift for a while, or, we've been working on other things and then they try something that maybe they didn't think they could do and then they do it.
Yeah.
They hit that big lift or they do that thing that they didn't think they could do and they realize the athlete that they are. That is such an amazing feeling for me. It's definitely why I do what I do, is helping others to feel that way. And that's probably my favorite thing about my job.
Yeah. That has to be so rewarding. I think, especially because I think so much of fitness can be a mental battle. It's like your body can physically do
Absolutely.
it, but if you convince yourself that you can't, it's like when you break that wall, yeah, that has to be a special moment. I love that.
Yeah. And everybody, I think, can do anything if they just have, like a cheerleader in their corner or the right
Yeah,
support system. And so to be able to be that for my clients is a great feeling.
that's awesome. If you could pick any profession other than your own, what would be one that you would like to try?
So for a long time, I actually wanted to be a lawyer.
Me too.
Um,
No way.
yeah, that's exciting. And I still love, I love law. I love reading, all about the court system as things are happening in our world. I think it's fascinating. And so I think that's something that I think I would enjoy,
Mhm.
and something that I pursued for a little while, but if it was something, it would probably be that.
That is fascinating. That is such a small world. We'll have to talk about that later because that is very
Absolutely.
fascinating. I love that. And then if you just looking back kind of at 2020 or even just I don't want to say pandemic life because we're still kind of in it, but I guess looking back at 2020 as a whole, is there one like biggest lesson or takeaway that you have from that year?
Yeah. I would say the biggest takeaway that I got from the past year and everything that's happened is to really practice what I preach,
Mm,
and to break that down a little bit. Pre-pandemic, I was working, yes, I was training 6A to 6P almost every day. And because I love what I do, but I really realized after, I was obviously had to be at home, how much sleep I was missing out on.
mm,
And so, I talk to my clients all the time about, making sure they're getting that 7 to 9 hours of sleep and they're managing their stress and they're getting that recovery. And I don't think that I was doing that, before the pandemic. And so that was a big eye opener for me to really internalize that. I
mhm.
know what I need to do, instead of just pass it into the information to my clients, but also really take that to heart and do that as well. So I've been, even with the gym opening, I've still been trying to incorporate that balance so I can still take care of myself too.
Yeah, no, I think that's super important. I was thinking that it has to be so hard, starting your own business and then opening your studio. I feel like you could probably go, 24/7 if you let yourself. So I think
Yeah,
that's a great lesson, to keep in mind and find that balance. It can be challenging, but obviously to continue, with this dream that you have to find that balance.
yeah, yeah. So that was a big thing for me to learn, at the really the right time for me to
Yeah.
open this and be able again to make it sustainable and continue it for a long time, I hope.
Yes, I hope so. Well, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure talking with you and learning more about you. Thank you all for tuning in. Definitely check out Jillian and Longevity Lancaster. Make sure to note her website and take advantage of that consultation that she's offering. So, thank you again, everyone. Take care, and I will see you next week.
Thank you.
Thanks.